let's see. Let's see if I can see who's on here like it was on yesterday. That was pretty fun. I can't see people yet. Okay, so let's get going. So, uh, the purpose of the life is to focus on why some businesses are thriving and some are surviving, and also provide solutions or strategies on getting funding through your business. Today, I'm going to highlight a company that you can use both business and your personal. Okay, those of you who don't know me, my name is Tanisha Lane, and I'm a financial strategist, speaker, and founder of Quantum Rich International. In the last decade, I've supported mainly women through financial crisis that had impacted their credit score. And I kind of support with financial solutions. And my main focus now is I help small to medium business owners get capital, okay, through business credit. So it's important for me to be on to share that there is funding available to fund your business. We just got to be ready to be able to get the funding. The past couple of months, as I've been supporting many business owners in transitions of getting funding from the beginning of COVID to where we are now. At first, it was a little scary because a lot of companies were, for example, I'm going to highlight today. If you had a business account with American Express or even a personal credit card with American Express, most like literally closed down their credit limits, and American Express was one of them. That literally, if you had a business credit line with them, they either reduced the business credit line or they stopped increasing the business credit line. And that was kind of happening at the beginning. A lot of institutions were just not. I know Navy Federal stopped opening business bank accounts at the very beginning because of everything that was happening. And then whenever the government funding started happening, they opened up the ability to open business accounts if you were going to apply for any other government funding. So there's been a lot of transition that's been happening. On the flip side, there's always been some type of funds or access to money to build business. Okay, so with that said, the conversation is around, from my experience, why some businesses are thriving and some are not. And yesterday, I highlighted the fact that a radical faith was one of the things that I saw, meaning that decisions were being made on the spot, and people were pivoting on the spot. And when I say on the spot, that on the spot may have meant that we talked about it for 30 days. You know, what for example, one person had, and I'll talk about me, for example. My plans were to literally relaunch offline, okay? And I wanted to have a certain amount of speaking engagements, and I wanted to have a certain amount of revenue by the end of the year. And everything was offline for me, okay? So whenever everything started happening, I was like, okay, I went into prayer, meditation, and then I started supporting other businesses that were actually making those transitions, and it literally supported me in my own belief to just take the leap. Okay, I'm not saying that it's something that just kind of happens, but having radical faith is something that we all have access to. It's just our own tapping into that God-given pursuit, okay? That God-given pursuit. So we tap into that, and then that gives us the ability to think outside the box, to, hey, Dale, yes, day two, to think outside the box, to come up with ideas, to mastermind. God starts connecting you to different type of people, different type of connections, and then boom, the idea comes to life, right? Or I'm going to give an example from a business, a gym that literally she purchased a gym right before the beginning of COVID, and then purchased another one like 2 weeks into COVID, and they're still waiting to see if they can open. She's in California. She was able to open, and then all of a sudden they were at a standstill. Okay, so having that radical faith does not mean that things happen for you quickly, but having radical faith does mean that you stand strong in whatever's happening, and you still have faith that something is going to happen at any moment in time. Okay, then that's the contrast that I see with businesses that are striving. They're always looking for a solution and how to pivot and how to move, and then the business that are stuck is just that. There is no movement. There is no there's no there's no creativity. Ideas are like, ideas come up, but because the state of mind and the heart are not in alignment, they don't move. They don't move, and it's almost like they feed into what's happening versus what's inside of them, that can help them surpass what is currently going on. Okay, so there's a big difference in how we move in faith and how it impacts our business, and that's more importantly, it's literally having confidence that no matter what's happening, you're going to be able to surpass it. Okay, you're going to be able to surpass it. So in reference to funding, okay, when it comes to funding your business, there's two ways. Yesterday I talked about the SBA and the PPP, and today I'm going to get it a little bit deeper into personal funding, and not so much funding and being a personal guarantee of the funding, meaning I am the business owner. I'll use Dale for example. She's on here today again. Dale Washington Enterprises is the business owner, right? And if Dell, as the business owner, has a credit score of, let me double check, 680, okay? This is just one example. One of the products, programs that I know of. Hey, Kenneth, if Dell Enterprises, as the business owner, has a 680, and the business doesn't have any bankruptcies, any liens, any judgments, any lates, no inquiries in the last 6 months. Let's say the business can get an approval of 5 times what they have gotten on the personal side. So meaning, if Dell Enterprises on the personal credit card has gotten, let's say, $10,000, just on her own, she got $10,000 on her credit, personal credit. So on the business side, because she qualifies with a 680 credit score, then on the business side, she can get 10, let me break that, typically 5 times the largest credit card limit. So that would be $50,000 that she would get on the business credit side, okay? And to have access to that $50,000, she will have to have the steps that I talked about yesterday, and that is your corporation or your LLC, your EIN number, your business bank account, and then you need to have a website, and then your phone number, okay? And then there is maybe 1 or 2 other steps that are needed, but they're really simple. So once you assess yourself as the business owner and you have those qualifications, you are literally eligible for 5 times what your personal credit limit has been. And the interest rates can range between 0%, and I'm telling you, this is like unheard of, 0%, 0% to like 5%. Normally, this type of credit on, if it would like before COVID, it would have been easily 12% or 13%. That's still low for a 680 credit score. But right now, literally many of the offers have a promotional 0% interest rate. Now, okay, Tanisha, why are you, talking about business credit and business funding? Um, because I truly believe that having access to other people's money, you definitely can be you can be creative in growing your business. That's if that's if that's if you already have a plan in place. You got to have a plan in place. I've had situations in where someone didn't have a plan in place and didn't execute the funds correctly, and literally they were not able to move forward with whatever it is that they were needing because now they had the pressure of the money that they borrowed. So I always, in my consultations, I always say, do you have a plan to make more money? What is your plan to make more money? What is your plan to make more money? I have clients literally get $50,000 on a business credit card, or have $100,000 on a business credit card, and take the money, go buy real estate, go buy real estate. They become their own bank. They withdraw the money from the credit card. They're making payments on the credit card on a monthly basis. They buy a real estate property. In 3 months, they resell that real estate property, 200,000, 300,000. They pay the credit card off, and they go and get more funding. Okay, so you just got to be creative. It is possible. I've seen it happen. The only and I, like, in my heart feels a little right now, because that has been the most important aspect of business credit and funding, is being able to use it correctly. Like, if you have a plan to make more money, go for it. It's like, literally, this is the time that we have more access to money. If your credit score is at a 650 and you're close to a 680, do whatever it takes to increase it, and then get funding. And that's the biggest, that was my biggest realization when I first started doing business credit about 3 years ago. When I started my credit company in 2008, it was literally because I was in a financial services aspect. It was difficult to have access to funding because how financial services are qualified. This is the time. Yes, Matt, this is the time. This is like literally serious the time. I've never heard of zero promotional 0% interest rate. I've heard it in situations like this. I have a credit card from Bank of America, and I want to transfer my funds from Bank of America to American Express. Because you're transferring the money, they probably will do like 0% interest rate for a year. But getting money right now, the doors are like, it's just almost like unheard of. It's like there's like a floodgate of access to funds. Is just important. The most important piece is to ensure that your company, I use the word fundable, in other terms, is ready to get money. You just got to be ready to get it. So your website, your business structure, your EIN, phone number, and website. And I'm repeating myself over and over because it's crucial to have those things in place. And once those things in place, is literally like the floodgates are opened. The floodgates are open for like literally they're just opened. And for this particular program that I'm sharing with you today, if you, as a business owner, all you need is a 680 credit score. and you have access to 5 times the amount that you've had on your personal credit. And I use the $10,000, but let's say you have $5,000. Now you have access to $25,000. And it's just how you use the funds to fund your business. Let's see if we have any questions on here. No questions. Okay, so the next thing is, okay, whenever you have a business, okay, what really starts your business life, your business cycle in funding is your business bank account. Once you open your business bank account, it's almost like there is another, most people know Dun and Bradstreet as a credit bureau that has all your information for businesses. But really and truly, when you open your bank account, that's when your business life starts. And the activity that you have in your bank account, it really dictates the type of access to money that you're going to have. Okay, most lenders do ask for bank statements, but when you're looking at products like credit card products, they don't look at bank statements. Okay, if you are the business owner, less than 2 years, they're going to look at how you're handling your personal credit report. After 2 years, it takes about 45 to 90 days to get your business credit established, and then you can just use your business profile. Yeah, it's out there. It is so out there. It is so out there, and it's almost like if you are able to apply, go ahead and apply. And if you don't have a plan, if you get when you get approved, then put a plan in place. But those of you that have a plan in place, I put my calendar on the live. If you need support, just click on it. I have a free 30-minute consultation that we go over I do a sort of like an analysis to see where you are and what's needed, and then we can go and figure out what's next for you. But that is all that I have for today. Thank you for joining me, and know that there is funds available to build your business, to build your empire, and the time is now. Access to cash at a low interest rate. It is so much out there, and so much is possible. Just reach out and ask, and I will see you guys tomorrow.